only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Welcome to the Common Sense Practical Prepper Podcast, where prepping doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Coming to you from a well-defended off-grid compound high in the mountains. Coming to you from his Florida room in Richmond, Virginia. Neither off-grid nor well-defended, unless you count as chickens and cats. Here is your host, Keith.
Hey everybody, this is Keith, and welcome back to the Common Sense Practical Prepper Podcast, episode 53. Today is August the 11th, 2023. So today's podcast is going to be completely different from all the other podcasts that I've put together. And it never fails that I'm putting together notes and making little bullet points. In the past couple of days, I'll talk about this, I'll talk about that. But let me tell you about something that happened a little more than 24 hours ago. My girlfriend sent me a link to a YouTube video, and she said, "You need to watch this video." And I did. Since I watched that video, I cannot get it out of my head. So what I want everybody to do, I want you to run. Do not walk to your laptop, your desktop, your tablet, your phone, your smart TV, or whatever you have going on. And I want you to go to YouTube, and I want you to look up Oliver Anthony. This gentleman is, well, up until 72 hours ago, was a relatively unknown. He is out of Farmville, Virginia, about 45 minutes from where I live in Richmond. He makes music, he writes music, he plays music, and a bunch of his friends do the same. He records his videos on his iPhone along with his friends. They play in the kitchen, they play in the garage, they play on the front porch, and it's bluegrassy, country, Appalachia kind of music, and it's good. His latest video called Rich Men North of Richmond. Of course, we're talking about Washington, D.C. When you hear somebody say this song or this video went viral, you think of like, I don't know, Baby Shark or some, I have no idea. To say that his latest video, Rich Men North of Richmond, has gone viral does not do the word justice. In the last 72 hours, he has picked up 2.8 million views on the video of this song in that short period of time. It has hit all social media. It is number one on iTunes. He has recently had a chance to upload it to all the major music streaming services, I guess. So please, I want you to check this out. So basically, the video is about politicians. It could be about any politician, left, right. It doesn't make any difference. They're all up to a bunch of shenanigans and asshattery, so it makes no difference who you're talking about. This song, you can just listen to his voice, and you can tell this is coming from a part of his soul or a part of his heart that is rarely tapped with this type of emotion. I am not kidding. You're like, okay, whatever, Keith. What have you been smoking? Are you drinking again? This song will bring tears to your eyes. If you are not emotionally moved by this song, you probably need to go to a doctor and see if you have a soul. But no, all kidding aside, I have listened to this song about 20 times. In addition to that, I have gone to YouTube and I'm watching the reaction videos. There's a bunch of YouTubers like, Linda listens to Metallica, Enter Sandman for the first time, and there's like the shocked face thumbnail on her YouTube channel, and those are fun. So-and-so listens to Mozart for the first time. There's a bunch of guys, they listen to country music. I can't remember the channel. They listen to Johnny Cash for the first time. It's these 5 guys sitting around, young guys, early 20s, and it's just their reaction to some of these songs is so funny. So it's about power. It's about not as much about money, but about power. What Oliver Anthony is singing about in this song and several of his other songs are his personal experiences. He lives in Farmville, like I said, on 90 acres. He lives for the most part off the grid. He has struggled his whole life with all sorts of things, and there's an introduction video on the YouTube channel itself that you really need to check out. Now, on Twitter, his handle is Ain't got a dollar. So AINT gotta GOTTA dollar, DOLLAR. Not too long ago, he posted a video basically thanking everybody, and that he is in absolute shock at the amount of traction that this video has received. And in turn, this traction is trickling down into his other channels and the other artists that are on the channels. Again, I get goosebumps even talking about this. So I apologize, but this is not necessarily a prepping type video. But again, prepping and politics and things like that, there's always an intersection. And he talks about people like him, like millions of Americans, busting their hump 26 hours a day, working 8 days a week. Taxes are through the roof. They're working for really crappy hourly wages. And nothing changes. It's always the rich men north of Richmond keeping the man down, keeping people from thriving, from surviving, from making something out of themselves. So it's about power. It's about them having control over you, knowing where you are, what you do, what you say, and please listen to the video. You can just tell by watching his reaction that it's coming from a place so deep inside him. This is genuine. He's not an actor, and he's just, as we say in Virginia, he's just a good old boy. And that's exactly what he is. He got on Twitter and the video that he posted, thanking everybody, complete whirlwind, that he's not going to get bogged down with paperwork. He's going to take his time. I can't imagine his email address is listed on his YouTube page. I imagine that it's, I don't know if you can fill up somebody's Gmail account, but it has to be blowing up. I mean, I can't imagine this guy turning on his phone or his laptop and that's just completely melting right there in his hand or on the table. I can imagine the hundreds of well-wishers doing a great job, keep up the faith, don't ever change, as well as I'm sure some celebrities have reached out, maybe a few record companies, reporters, probably from a few U.S. news outlets, but I imagine several other outlets across the world want to talk to this guy. So he has a concert, not even a show. He has a show. There's a bunch of people playing at this show this Sunday, the 13th, in Currituck, North Carolina, in the Outer Banks. He's playing at the Morris Farm Market. Morris, Morris Farm Market. Now, I've never been there. I haven't looked it up, but I can just imagine that the Morris Farm Market is some roadside market. Maybe it's a little bit off the road. You can go there in the fall, get your pumpkins and that sort of thing, your apple butter. In the spring, you get your apples, your peaches. I can imagine this place probably has parking for maybe 50 or 60 cars. Maybe they do a hayride around Thanksgiving. Well, this gentleman is going to play there from, I believe it's 1:30 to 2:30 this Sunday. Now, in his video, he said he's playing from 1:30 to 2:30, but he will stay to 2:30 a.m. He wants to meet everybody because this song is basically for all of us. And you can tell he's very humbled by all the attention that he's getting. And I hope he stays true to himself, because the song is about power. And how does the saying go? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. I hope that he stays true to himself. I hope that he gets everything he wants. I hope this turns out to not only improve his lot on life, but as well as other people. This is it's a very serious song. It's kind of a dark song, but it's an uplifting song at the same time. It's very empowering. You listen to the song, and if you're a normal 9-to-5 working class guy or gal, you get exactly what he's saying. If you're one of the schmucks up in D.C., the rich men north of Richmond, like he's talking about, you won't get it. But I can imagine this little Morris Farm Market. I would go. It's 2.5 hours for me. I would go. If I thought I could get within 50 miles of the Morris Farm Market on this Sunday afternoon, I would go. I have a sneaking suspicion that the place is going to be an absolute madhouse. Everybody within an hour or two and then beyond is going to try to get there to see this young man sing. Now, in the video, he asks, don't make a long drive, don't make a big deal out of it. He's going to have plenty of dates coming up. So there's a part of me that just wants to jump in the Jeep, take the top off, and just haul ass down to Currituck, North Carolina. It's a great drive. Got 460, and it's a great drive down to the beach. But I'm going to go ahead and wait. He's only 45 minutes from Richmond, several large venues in Richmond, and I can't wait till he plays D.C., the suburbs of D.C., Loudoun County, Virginia, Fairfax County, Virginia, parts of Maryland. I cannot wait till he is invited to play a venue up there, because I guarantee you everywhere this young man goes will be sold out. I certainly hope this is the beginning of a very long and successful music career for him and some of his friends that also play on his channel. So please Google or go to YouTube, Oliver Anthony, Richmond, north of Richmond, is the video that is getting more traction than I've ever seen any video or any song ever. A quick shout out to some of the folks that watch my video. I know several I'm stuck on videos. Several podcasts ago, I talked about folks from all over the country and all over the world that listen to my podcast. So 85% of the folks that listen to my podcast are located here in the United States, 5% out of Canada, 3% out of the UK, 2% in Germany, 2% Australia, South Africa, and France. There's like 0.5%. And as far as cities, the number one city, Austin, Texas, followed by San Antonio, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, Houston, Texas. Apparently I have a pretty big following down in the Lone Star State. Spring Hill, Florida, Santa Maria, California, way out west. Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. Seattle, Washington, New York, Denver, Colorado, and there's some folks up in D.C. as well. Okay, folks, again, not to beat a dead horse, but to beat a dead horse, please go to YouTube and look up Oliver Anthony and check out Richmond, north of Richmond, and several of his other songs and the songs of his friends. They all sound absolutely fantastic. Okay, that little public service announcement is over. I'll probably do a podcast tomorrow or Sunday with the original script that I had written down. But folks, as always, please be safe out there. Take care of one another. And until next time.
Thanks for listening to the Common Sense Practical Prepper Podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. While you're at it, help spread the word by leaving a rating and review.